Hello everybody. Today we're going to do 3 examples of graphing, sine and cosine. Today is 3/17/20. I have on green from head to toe. Of course, you know, you expect nothing less of me. Let me zoom this in. 6.4 day 2. We're going to do number 34 from the book, if you have your book. Doesn't matter if you have your book or not. 3 sine x. What does the 3 change? It changes the amplitude. The amplitude is 3. It's going to go up to 3 and down to -3. What is the period of sine? 2 pi over w, and there's no w in front, so the period is 2 pi. The domain is all real numbers, and the range is going to go from -3 to +3 because of the 3 in front of the sign. I need something to draw a straight line with. We're going to do 2 periods of every graph. Okay, graph 2 periods or 2 cycles. We're going to go up to 3 and down to -3. So we start at 0, 0, and we label the 5 critical points on the graph. So we're going to go up to at 2 pi over 2 to 3, back down to 0. We start at the origin because it's sine, down to -3 and back up to 0, and then we do it one more time because we're doing 2 periods or 2, so it goes all the way to 4 pi. This is pi over 2, 3. This is pi 0. This is 3 pi over 2, -3. And this is 2 pi 0. We've graphed the 5 critical points on our graph. Where it's at 0, where it's up, where it's down, etc. That's all you do for the first example. The second example is number 36, y equals -3 cosine x. So the amplitude is going to be 3 again, but we're going to start down because cosine either starts up at 1 or down at -1. We're going to start down at -3. The period, is there a w in front? No, so it's going to be 2 pi. The domain is from -infinity to infinity, and the range is from -3 to 3. So get out my faux ruler. Because it's cosine, we start up or down. So this one we're going to start down at -3 because the amplitude is negative. A is negative, so it's upside down. Then we go up, down, and back down. That's the cosine shape. It ends at 4 pi. This is 0, -3. This is pi over 2, 0. This is pi 3. 3 pi over 2, 0. And 2 pi -3. We've got 5 points. The last one, number 38, is y equals sine of 3x. What's the amplitude on this one? What's A? 1. So we go up to 1 and down to -1. What's the period? 2 pi divided by w, which is 2 pi over 3. The domain is all real numbers. The range is from -1 to 1 because the amplitude is 1. Two pi over 3 needs to be divided by 4 because there's 4 parts to every graph. So it's signed, so it starts at 0, 0. It goes up to 1, down to 0, back to -1, up to 0, and we do 2 periods of it. This is 2 pi over 3, 0, because that's the first period. So this would be 4 pi over 3. If you take 2 pi over 3 and divide by 4, well, halfway, 2 pi over 3 divided by 4 is 2 pi over 12, which is pi over 6. So this is pi over 6, 1. Half of 2 pi over 3 is pi over 3, 0. And half of pi over 3, which is 60 degrees, is 30 degrees. So it's, that makes sense. So 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6 is pi over 2. -1. So we have our 5 critical points on the graph. That's all you do. And your homework, number 90, is page 408, 33, 35, 37, 39, and 40 to 44. I'll post the answers up in a little bit. So make sure you work on that. If you have any questions, you can ask me on Remind or on Google Classroom, and we'll get your questions answered. Hope you're all doing okay. I'll talk to you later. We'll see you online later. Bye.